Good morning. My name is Lauren Van Meter. I'm the Executive Director of Safe in Hunterdon, and with me today is our Prevention and Outreach Coordinator, Gilly.
Good morning.
Good morning. And so kind of an upbeat and exciting podcast for our listeners today. Going to be focusing on some events currently going on, as well as a really important fundraiser for Safe in Hunterdon. So I guess we'll jump right into it. Can you tell us a little bit about our Hunterdon County Fair tabling event?
I can. The fair started yesterday, and it runs through this Sunday, which is the 23rd. I believe the hours are 12 to 10 tonight, 12 to 10 Friday, 10 to 10 Saturday, and 10 to 5 Sunday.
And the weekday hours have changed. In years past, we started at 10 a.m.
Oh,
So
okay,
the vendors and people, most of the midway is not open until after 12. So if you are going and hoping for a funnel cake, you might have to wait a bit. But the 4-H activities and shows are still starting early in the morning, as always. And we did find, just a pro tip, the truck sponsored by the Amish Market. I can see mine.
Oh,
Yes, so you can get your breakfast pretzel wrap. Yes, a certain 10-year-old I brought with me yesterday really enjoyed a pretzel, hot dog, and mozzarella jar, which I made that face too. I was like, oh, that is definitely a snack only a 10-year-old could love. And then I tried a bite. Wow.
okay.
I did not realize how much mozzarella actually does in fact belong in between a hot dog and a pretzel until that moment. Honestly, a hot dog is not lacking ketchup; it's lacking mozzarella. Who would have
It's
thought?
a new level and lockdown.
And then also there were these sort of cheese steak. I was like a hot pocket of sorts. If the hot pocket were just the most perfect soft pretzel in the history of ever, filled with cheesesteak that was just completely on point.
Wow.
And then wrapped up in just this perfectly salted little bit of cheesesteak, cheesesteak that you could just walk around.
Wow.
What a great day.
Okay.
It was a wonderful start to the day, even. So they do have some breakfast stuff there, so
Good
it
to
was
know.
worth scouting, and I worked the table a little bit. Can you let us know who is staffing our table this year?
We have many volunteers that will be. I will be there to fill the gaps for them. But if you want the names of the volunteers, I can't tell you. But we have many volunteers. You will see a lot of our activation staff is manning our tables for us. We usually do it in like 2-hour shifts, so you'll see a lot of different faces. But they are the backbone of our safe volunteer community. We have many of them out there. They're very excited.
Yeah.
They love to talk, so come over and say hi. We are in the Chamber of Commerce tent this year, which is a little change up from us. We're usually in the nonprofit tent, so we moved over to the Chamber of Commerce tent, which is adjacent to the main stage.
Yep.
I was there setting up yesterday. I saw Dr. D.
Yes.
He was setting up all the good things on the main stage, so that was exciting.
Yep. They were. We got to hear the band play last night because I manned the table yesterday. And our change to the chamber tent surprised some people. In years past, we've always had our table with the other nonprofits in the tent that's closer to the Grange building.
Mm-hmm.
But, we've really relied on the chamber for a lot of assistance this year, in just helping to scale our nonprofit up, in some trainings that we've attended, with SCORE mentorship, which has been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seemed like a natural bridge to connect with our friends at the chamber. And then also it kind of brings a lot of services that people are looking for in one spot as well. Mm-hmm. So we were thrilled to be invited to do our tabling in that tent. New at that tent this year also Chick-fil-A, who is a huge sponsor of a lot of chamber events. Actually, instead of doing a regular table, they have a mini restaurant set up.
Do they?
Yeah, so I was just a few feet away from Chick-fil-A.
Was Cal there? Tommy Cal was there. He was walking around.
Walking around, saying hi to kids. They have this great game set up where you can win some gift cards.
Yep.
That certain 10-year-old won a free kids meal. She was thrilled. It's a big Plinko board.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they had that out. And it was just, really great to see that engagement with the, for a community event. A lot of times the bigger kind of corporate members of Hunterdon aren't as involved.
Right.
So it was wonderful to see Chick-fil-A, who employs, so many local people, and has really helped Safe Hunterdon with a lot too. They were a sponsor of Leadership Hunterdon. We have someone in the upcoming Leadership Hunterdon class who will get to go there, and it's it was just great watching that interaction. And
I have a lot of events this month. This is when it explodes for me, and I see them at all the events. I was with them on Tuesday at the Starts from Strong events, sponsored by the United Way. I see them everywhere. Cow is one of my favorites.
yes,
I love that his name tag just says cow.
Cow.
That really just makes me laugh every time I see them.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. It's very exciting that we're right there.
Yeah, they were walking around handing out little cow crowns and all sorts of things to, really making a point to interact with people, which was nice. And then also in the tent near us, the Elks also chose the chamber tent this year instead of the nonprofit tent. And, they too had their table stacked last night, and it was just nice to hear them interact with the community about how their activities support organizations like ours. And it's such a nice spot for connection. So we have some great table swag and giveaways. Some of the fidget toys and these adorable little keychain cups have definitely been the star of the show, and we do have some kind of a variety of giveaways. Well, something different out just about every day. So
We have stuff for your furry friends as well.
yeah,
Second Thoughts is there. So we have some stuff for the other family members are there.
Yeah, it was and of course we went to go see our friends at the Cow Barn, which is, I guess because I'm not a member of a 4-H family anymore, I can say it will always be my favorite. But there were, we stopped and interacted with a few sheep where that 10-year-old did ask me several times to see if there was one in particular that could come home with us. And he was absolutely gorgeous. And it is so nice to see how, just the personality and the training and the work that goes into those animals, and just how beautifully friendly they truly, truly are. And you only get that as, former sheep farmer. You really only get that if the 4-H kids are truly working on that project year round. So yeah, that was great. And just, even when I wasn't sitting at the table walking around, and of course I was dressed in a safe shirt, and how many people, recognized us and, wanted to thank us for what we're doing in the community, and had a few clients stop by the table last night and just checked in and said that they were doing well, and it was just a great experience. So looking forward to that for the rest of the week.
Absolutely.
I know that we have a questionable weather over the next couple of days, but unless they close the fair, we still man the table because we are in fact under a tent. So we tend to actually get we tend to be busier when the weather is bad because the rides shut down and and just the variety of vendors. I know it seemed as though that grew also this year. My kiddos definitely picked some cool stuff from some of the tents, and some toys and some crafts, and then the food was unbelievable. Went to some barbecue truck with maybe the best barbecue chicken I've ever had. My 17-year-old agreed. Yeah, normally we, divide and conquer. We'll just get one thing from a truck and share. Sure. And, the four of us that were walking through, and that was definitely, we were repeat customers because all the regular favorites. The rides also have upgraded, I think,
Oh,
this year compared to years past. So my kids that are a little older now, and the baby rides are just no longer cutting it. They were happy that the rides are a little better, more variety, I guess I should say, not better. So it was overall great experience. I'm super glad that we're there. And one of the things that we're talking about while we are there is promoting our upcoming gala.
yes.
Yeah, so you want to talk a little bit about the schedule or what's going on with our gala?
Yes, we're very excited about the gala. The gala is Thursday, September 17th. It's at 5:30 at the Beaverbrook Country Club in Annandale, right on 31. We have a bunch of yummy food. We have a cash bar. We have great music, and I think probably the star of the show is the silent auction. We have some really excellent donations from our community. Our community is always so supportive, donating things for us. So we have some great. I know we have a golf outing. I believe we have Pilates.
Yes.
I have to look back. I'm starting to get all the pictures and the information. We have some great artwork. I actually picked that up last week. We have great artwork. We have gift baskets like the one that's in front of you.
Yes, I brought a sample. Basil Bandwagon donated this absolutely gorgeous gift basket. It's got some sample items from their store, some vitamins. It's got a gift card, and just arranged super cute. So looking forward to having this and several other things like it out available for people to bid on. We also, for the first time, have a donation from Sutton Family Farms. Sutton Farms donated a cow cuddling experience, which includes a farm tour and baby feeding, and something that people don't necessarily know about Sutton Farm Dairy is they are a dairy farm that actually leaves babies with their moms. So when you come out and you do feed the babies, it's a supplement, but they have access to their mom unless mama is occasionally, especially with first time moms, Holsteins can reject babies. So of course if that happens, they're people raised. But yeah, we get to go out in the fields and see babies and moms and learn how your dairy products are made, and definitely how to cuddling. So,
I'm excited for that one.
yeah, that was
It's at the top of the list for that.
very excited for that one. Some of our sponsorships have started to come in. So just to mention a few, Fox Rothschild, law firm, is committed to a sponsorship. So we're pleased to be working with them, DeTorres and DeGeorge, who support our clients in the legal realm in all kinds of ways, have committed to a sponsorship. And it looks like they also bought some additional tickets. So I'm hoping that means the whole team is coming, because they just, really, when they show up together, they always make the event so
They
fun.
do.
You
And
know?
then with the red shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great that they will be there. And then a lot of our returning sponsors as well. We have ShopRite. There are several on the list. Martyr Gang is back again this year. So yeah, we're
But also, which I should have mentioned in the very beginning, is who we're honoring.
yes.
So we are honoring BW Nice. So that is the women's networking group. That is our charity partner. BW Nice does phenomenal work. It brings women together. They support their businesses, they support their missions, they support each other,
Mhm.
and they support us. We are their charity partner. They do so much for us. They're constantly spreading word about our event. They raise funds for us. They get donations for us. I mean, it's truly, if you haven't heard of BW Nice, please check them out. You can just check out the website. You can check out their socials. They meet every second Wednesday of the month at the Mountain View Chalet in Asbury. It's a great breakfast meeting if you like an omelet. It's one of the best omelets I have ever had. But it's just such a phenomenal group of women. And it's just, it really is just, it's so uplifting to be around people who just want to help other people.
Mhm.
So we are honoring BW Nice as a whole, for all of their hard work, and all of their chapters have a charity partner,
Right.
and support domestic violence and sexual assault. And they're just, just a phenomenal group. And they're all over the East Coast, I believe New Jersey. They're up to, I believe, the newest chapter is in Niagara Falls. Yeah, New York. Yes.
International?
No, I
or
can't that. New York.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think we're international yet, but I know the news chapter here goes as far as Niagara to New York. So I think that's amazing. So they are who we're honoring. So we should see a good chunk of BW Nice members that will be attending, as well as the founder, Diane. Hopefully will be there.
One of the other things that, I love about them is several of their memberships actually already signed up for sponsorship.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have, I know Judy Gold.
And the president, Janika.
Janika signed up as a sponsor as well. So, it's really it's a great cause and a great experience where they network and they do, the businesses do work together. I've certainly met vendors and businesses that I now use from being a member of that group, but then they do come together to support our programs, which is just, phenomenal. And just to, look at where we are funding wise and why events like this are so important. We do have two primary funders, DCF, or the Division of Children and Families, and the Office of the Attorney General, or the OAG, who their grant management administration is done through Viva. Now, Viva is going to be going through some transition. It was announced yesterday that their head is leaving Viva to take the Chief of Staff position at DCF as they undergo some changes and restructuring. So, for us, I'm hopeful that we won't see any major changes, but transition can kind of slow stuff down. And, fundraisers like this really bring a critical ability to us to continue programs while we wait for reimbursements. And, our Safe House is primarily funded through DCF as far as staffing and making sure that we have supplies and everything that we need available. Our legal programs are primarily funded through the OAG, and that's making sure that we always have staff available to meet a client in court, whether they're applying for a restraining order in crisis or whether they are going for a final restraining order, or even if they've decided it's in their best interest in that moment to dismiss a restraining order. We will do dismissal counseling with them and talk about, what dismissing looks like and options available so that we can make sure that they're making a truly informed decision. Our counseling department is funded by both DCF and OAG. Our children's services primarily fall on the DCF side, where we are able to provide TFCBT related and modality, as well as appointments for children who have experienced sexual trauma or who have witnessed domestic violence in the home. And because of our funders, we're able to provide that at no cost to the child. And even if they have insurance, we do not bill. And that is with intent, because we would never want a person who does harm to an adult or child to find out that they were coming to services to us, through us, in an explanation of benefits. So our crisis response teams are also primarily funded through the Office of the Attorney General, and that's our DDRT and CSBA programs that include staff and volunteers that go out at any time of the day or night and meet someone at a medical facility, at any courthouse or other public building, or any police department, and will assist them through getting a forensic exam, or through applying for a restraining order, or just discussing options. And recent federal cuts have meant that there were fewer dollars to pass through at the state level. So those two programs are facing about a $20,000 deficit right now. So events like this help us make room to continue those true crisis services. And I just think it's important to let listeners know, where their dollars really are going. And it is absolutely to support and continue these programs as we try to ride out this ever-changing budget cycle, ever-changing.
Super fun.
Yeah, it's a very fun
It's
night.
fun.
It's nice to get together with some colleagues and talk to supporters and just, really show some appreciation for the people that keep our programs going so that we can help clients. And then after the gala, we, for the first time ever, will be having a dedication and reception in October following our vigil. We've never done that before, so you get everyone get excited for gala, but then think about what comes after in October. So following the vigil, we will be going to Stangel, the stage at Stangel, and we will be doing a dedication of our new pet-friendly housing, courtesy of Red Rover and Greater Good. We will be dedicating the outbuilding as well as some rooms inside, a beautiful playground and a garden to Cheryl Oakey and Tyler Webb and Dr. Lawrence Manchek, who were all absolutely beautiful lives that have been lost to domestic violence. And so, we do have those events on the horizon.
Exciting.
So if we can get through Fair Week, and then we have the gala right on its heels, and then after that, vigil.
It's less than a month.
The dedication.
The vigil is Thursday, October 15th. It's 5 o'clock on the steps of the Justice Complex in Flemington. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. If you haven't been there, please stop by. It's free. Please come by to support survivors and victims that are no longer with us of domestic violence. It really just shows the community that people are there, that people are listening, that people remember them, that people support them for what they've been through. It's a great night of remembrance, and then we will about 6:30. It'll be about 6:30, just to give us some time to get from the vigil over to Stangel. The doors will probably open around 6:15.
Okay.
And we'll kind of get things moving around 6:30, but we will have pictures of everything. We'll get that set up, so obviously people can't come out to the safe house, but we will bring that to you so people can see where that went, what the build was like, how much work went into what this incredible build is. So we're very excited about that.
Fantastic. And speaking of events, I think we do have to end the podcast because we have a booking at 10:30.
You do.
I
don't know what time it is. Yes,
I know. Scheduling has been this time of year.
Yes.
It is our busy season.
My calendar is color coded at this point because it's a mess.
Yeah. Seems. So thank you very much, as always, for the events and all the work that you're doing to pull them all together. And if people do have any questions, they can certainly email you directly or direct any other questions. Our phone number and all of our things are listed on our website.
You can call the hotline. The hotline will get to me or give you my direct cell phone number. You can call me, you can email me. I'm always happy to answer questions.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you and hopefully some of our listeners at our event.
Yes.
Thank you.